Welcome to this episode of our quest. This is Dimple Mehta, and today we will talk about regaining confidence after becoming a mother. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to the show so that you don't have to miss out on any episode. I am truly grateful to you for taking out the time to listen to these podcasts, and I hope this episode further contributes towards your growth. If you like the episode, please give us a quick rating or review on Apple Podcast. That helps the episode to organically reach more people who might find it useful and beneficial. Joining us today for this discussion is a super dear friend of mine who is a mother of two kids, a working mother fulfilling the challenging responsibility of being the global lead buyer in direct procurement at Bacardi. She is Jane Rangel. Welcome to the show, Jane, and thanks for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you, Dimple. Thank you for having me here today. It's an honor to be part of your podcast, and I'm looking forward to our great conversation.
The pleasure is all ours, and I'm so sure that the listeners are going to learn so much from you. Are you excited?
Super excited. I'm here with lots of positive energy. Looking forward to share my personal experiences, and hopefully, that is meaningful for your listeners as well.
Awesome. Diving straight into the first question. We know that motherhood is such a life changing thing. They say when you birth a child, you are reborn. How does becoming a mother change a person?
Well, becoming a mother does change a person in a very positive manner. You have a beautiful child that you've given birth to, that you've raised for the 9 months in your womb, which not everyone gets that opportunity. And having to be able to bear a kid and give birth it's in itself an amazing experience. Of course, with these experiences, you'll have challenges, but these are meaningful challenges. These are challenges that you will remember, and you will be an even more better parent, right? It brings out so much of maturity in oneself. Your kids tend to be your priority. You give away all the fun things that you would do when you were not a parent or when you were just a couple, and you have no hard feelings to that, because your commitment is now your kids, and you want to see their future. So you want to make sure that you secure their future in a good manner where they are happy, content, and satisfied. And also, in an event, god forbid, something goes wrong, because this day and age, you don't have the healthy sort of lifestyle with stress and everything. There is a proper plan and place for them, like their guardianship, what happens in case you're not there for them, and financially that they're secure. So with all of this, age, back in the day they used to say get married quickly and have kids early, but I think now it's age is just a number, and we don't have to abide with those kind of guidelines. The longer you take your time, the more mature you get, and financially you're much more stable, which in the end benefits your kids as well. So with the challenges that you have, there's also lots of positivity that come with it, and then it's a personality of you and your spouse that you see growing in front of you. So it's an amazing experience.
As much of a bliss as it should be, motherhood does bring its own challenges. But that's natural, yet some women struggle hard with it. Why do some women tend to lose their confidence after becoming a mother?
I believe some women tend to lose their confidence after being a mother is because they don't have the right support. They don't have the right people around them to kind of uplift their confidence. With motherhood, of course, you have just given a birth to a child. Your whole body's gone through a massive change. Your confidence, your personality is also, I mean, it obviously evolving.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
So if you have somebody around you that's always negative and saying, okay, you are on the plumper side, you need to lose weight, that's just not how it works. You always have to uplift that person. With motherhood comes breastfeeding, comes sleepless nights, comes caring for your child. So one should not feel should not feel bad or not feel underconfident about themselves. You have given birth to a beautiful baby. Not everyone's blessed to do that, and you have been given that opportunity. So
To
why
raise
not
the baby.
to raise the baby? So why not flaunt it and
Yeah.
say that, what, this is my postpartum body, and this is how I can still look good. You still have a long way to go. I mean, it's not like you will be carrying the pre-pregnancy weight on you forever, right? There's, at some given time when your kids grow up, you can still look fit and healthy, but that shouldn't matter now. For now, it should be more about your self positivity, what you can do to uplift yourself. Sometimes it's not, you might not have all the right support around you. Sometimes, in my case, for example, my mom's not here, she's all the way in Canada. So and for my husband it might be different. He might not have the right words to say to uplift my confidence. For him, maybe it might be like, okay, Jane, I think now you need to lose weight, but I should do something for myself. It's not about him, it's not about others, it's about me and how I kind of like, portray myself in others. It's not about your personality, it's also about how you speak, how you behave, how you are with an individual, right? uh, as you grow older, your looks will always change, but your inner heart never changes, and you will forever be young. So always embrace that, do things that make you happy. Don't go into a dark shell. You have some people go through postpartum depression, and that's because they don't have the right support. There are people always taunting them, saying negative
People even
things.
judge for things like, oh, you're
Exactly.
not feeding the baby right, you're not making the baby sleep right, you're not cleaning the baby right. There's so many judgments.
Exactly. I think society has just been so judgmental on each individual without understanding
Impact.
the
Yeah.
impact
Yeah.
that it has on a person
Yeah.
and what's the background. Some moms cannot breastfeed. It's not that they don't want to breastfeed, it's just in general their body does not produce the demand of the baby. And there's no right or wrong, there's no gray area. It's with whatever you feel confident, however you feel it's right to upbring your child. And one should always be positive no matter whatever you wear. It does not matter what people think, because we also have women who are non-pregnant and are single and still don't have, are not fully fit. And they feel like, oh my god, you're a mom of two or a mom of one and you still look good even though we carry the baby weight on us. So one should always do something that makes them happy. In my case, what I do is when I feel my low moments, I just go out shopping or I go to the spa. I do other things that make me happy to bring myself back to my kids refreshed. And one of the things I've noticed is that when you're negative, it impacts your kids because they pull up your energy. So always come happy, positive, and give them that positive energy so that they also uplift you. And as kids grow, they themselves will come back to you and say, hey mom, you look really nice today, or I like what you're wearing. So it's not always about getting a compliment from your spouse or your in-laws or your parents. It's about what you want to do for yourself to make you feel good.
So beautifully said, Jane, that normally it's about the judgments from people, whether it's the body shaming or whether it's
Yes.
judgments about other things, whether you're a working mom or a stay
Yes.
at home mom or
Yes.
how you're raising a kid. And there's so many judgments that actually impact the women to
Right.
lose their confidence.
Right.
And so beautifully pointed out that the only way how the woman can be confident is when she prioritizes herself
Herself.
and listens to herself and remains positive.
Exactly. And just stay away from negative comments. I mean, it doesn't matter what people say, because ultimately it's us who are going to take decisions for ourselves and our kids. So people can just say all they want to say. They've not been in our shoes, so they don't know what we have gone through. Raising that child for 9 months in your womb, going through a tough delivery, giving birth, having breastfeeding challenges, having challenges while you're pregnant. You have morning sicknesses, you have gestational diabetes, there's so many things, and your body is going through so much of those changes. So one should be very respectful about that and appreciate that, rather than coming up with their own comments and feedback which they can keep for themselves.
When so many changes and so much of confidence can be lost, how to regain that confidence after becoming a mother?
So after becoming a mom, by like, you just need to train your mind, saying that how confident you are to raise this kid. What happens is sometimes when you're going out, and maybe the way you hold your baby, somebody who's more experienced in their mind, they think, oh, you know what, this is not the right way of holding your baby or feeding your baby. That shouldn't bother you. Your body naturally comes out confident, and you just trust yourself and your mind, what your body and mind thinks is the right thing you're doing. You need to uplift your confidence by just doing the right thing, feeling happy, feeling excited of what you're doing. uh, don't let depression play on your mind. And like I said, once you have a kid, it's not like you got to be at home stuck with your child, not being able to do your normal routine at what you would do pre-pregnancy. I think it's very nice to have your kids involved in your routine so that you also have that time out. And it can be small things, just going to the park with your baby for a walk, maybe calling a salon person in your home so you can get your manicure done while you're looking at your baby. And that involvement and interaction is there. Going out for a coffee, even if it's by yourself and your baby, it doesn't matter. Those moments, a little spurts of just a breakout, really helps uplift your confidence. um, the minute you put yourself into a dark room and you don't go out and explore, you feel more upset and your confidence level comes down, and you feel like, you know what, I don't know if I made the right decision being a mom, giving birth to this kid. Why is this happening to me? Every problem has a solution, right? So we need to work towards what's the best solution at that time. And you know, let's put negativity away, let's bring positivity, let's see how we can fix it if there is a situation, you know. I truly don't believe that no problem has a solution. Every problem has a solution. It may take some time, but you need to stand up for yourself. You know, sometimes even spouses or in-laws come in play and they say, no, you should be home breastfeeding while my son can go out for a boys night out. Why? You know, dads should be equally responsible as much as moms, and they are the ones involved in it. So why not take that stand for yourself and put your husband on duty? Say, okay, you had your boys night out, I need to have my girls night out, whether it be going out for a drink or going to a friend's house just for a coffee or going to get your nails done. You need to have that time out. And sometimes if you don't have those right support, and you know, financially, if you are, you know, independent, go and seek that extra support that you need. Maybe get a caregiver for like 2 hours who can come along with you, so that while you're getting your manicure done, she's looking after your baby in the presence of you around, you know. And trust me, when you come out of that, you feel so much more good, confident, and you feel happy for yourself that I've done something for myself, that will make me feel even more energized to look after my baby or look after my family.
I would really like our listeners to know that Jane's younger baby, who's a 4 month old infant, Jaden, is a baby boy who's down with some serious cough today. And Jane is still here with us for the listeners. And this is very brave on your part, Jane. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's, you know, that what brings down commitment, right? Why should your initial plans fall off? Personally, unless it's life threatening and you cannot be there, that's one thing. But you know, I would never want to come up with an excuse saying that, oh, because of my baby, I could not make it. Yeah, maybe we'll have to reschedule it a little bit or tweak the timing a little bit. But unless it's life threatening, yes. But otherwise, you know, once me personally, that's just how I am. I prefer, like, I would like, if I'm committed and I've given my time and said I will be there for that person, I should be there. It's not fair that I leave that person you know, hanging there hoping that I will show up and then not show up. So that comes down to this, you know. It's being a mom, it's, shouldn't feel that, oh, I cannot do everything. Yes, you're not a jack of all trades, but you prioritize and you do what you think is right. And also gives you a breakout, right, from the normal routine.
For me, how it has worked is whenever I find myself in a position of self doubt or losing confidence or questioning myself or whatever
Yeah.
in a negative space, I always remind myself that my baby needs me. My
Right.
baby feeds off of my energy.
Right.
Yeah. So
Right.
no matter what's happening in my life, no matter what I am going through,
Right.
my baby deserves to have the happy and charged up me.
Right.
So I need to take care of myself for my baby.
Exactly.
So
Yes, you're the hero of your baby. So for them, they cannot see or you know, cannot feel anything else other than their mother, and that's why they can even sense mothers more than fathers from a distance by
yes.
the smell. You know,
Yes.
so that should just be like that itself should help you bring up your confidence, saying that forget about the rest of the world. You know your child loves you no matter what, however way you look, however way you know you act, that kid is always going to be there for you. So for me, that's a big thing. That's why I have a tattoo of my kid and not my husband, because your kids will never leave you. Your
I'm
spouse,
sure
you
your
don't know.
husband won't leave you as well. When a mother is struggling with her journey of motherhood or confidence about herself, what can friends and family members do to help?
So friends and families basically need to be there as a support pillar, you know, whether it comes through communication, like just a quick check-in saying, hey, how are you doing today? Are you feeling better? Is there something I can do for you? Maybe if they cannot even have physical presence now that we are all scattered, you know, our parents, our families are scattered, but just small little things, like maybe send a little cheers card or a little you know, a rose or a basket of fruits or something that will cheer that other person and, you know, make them feel happy. If you have friends with you, and this is something what I do, you know, I sometimes I have my friends who are, new moms, or just gave birth to a newborn. I ask them when is a good time for me to come visit them, if it's safe, they feel safe. And when I go there to see them, I take some, some food or some sweets or something to uplift them, mostly flowers, because women love flowers. But then I also check with the mom to see, is it okay for me to bring it, because when babies are around, you don't want to irritate them with the smell. And then I just asked mom, is it okay if I give you a timeout? Like, is it okay for you if I handle your baby while you do whatever other errands you want to do? Maybe go to the washroom, freshen up, or go out down for a coffee. I'm happy to help you. And I think that really helps the mother, as an individual, that, oh my God, like, it's so nice that my neighbor could come and do this. Or I could count on this friend of mine that just came and gave me, a half an hour or 1 hour timeout. And that just doesn't bring happiness to the individual, but also for the individual who's doing it. So I get happiness seeing a smile on my friend's face, and I feel even more happy that I've done something nice for her, and she can count on me. So the same thing goes for family members, whether it's your in-laws or your husbands. They need to take that responsibility, especially your family, even if it's your in-laws or your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, whoever it may be. Like, just being there, asking the parent, whether sometimes both parents are struggling, it's always nice to go and say, can I babysit your child if you're okay with it? Or maybe while you're here, uh, in the presence of your child, like, I will be there for your baby, but can just go and maybe have an orange juice, or just go and take some fresh air, or if you want to go to the washroom and freshen up, please go and do that while I'm taking care. So just having that support and checking in. I think communication is a big key. A lot of friends tend to move away, those who especially don't have kids, because they're like, oh my God, okay, they're married now, they have kids, what are we going to do?
They're not
But
going to party
party
anymore. They're not
money,
going
yeah,
to be
exactly,
fun anymore.
exactly. And nothing changes, everything's the same. And like I said before, never say that it's because of my kid I cannot do it. You can do so many other things involving your kid, and how amazing that is, because you can capture those moments and share it with them when they're growing up, saying, hey, you know what,
We
I
did it.
did club, because
Yeah.
I did clubbing. I had enough of clubbing. How much of clubbing I need to do? But I can still club with you at home. I'll put some music and we'll both start dancing together. So you can always do fun things. And I think one should do that, so that you have a happy, healthy lifestyle and a family. And sometimes your spouse might be an introvert, and you're an extrovert. And when you do things like that, automatically they tend to, want to do what you're doing.
Follow in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that you have that balance,
I think you
between.
highlighted so many important things here, Jane. Like just simply, visiting your friend or family member. Hey, I'm getting dinner. Don't
Right.
cook.
Yes.
Or hey, you look tired. Let me play with the baby. Just go get a nap.
Right.
They matter so
So much.
much. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and not putting the pressure of living a certain kind of lifestyle
Lifestyle.
to be called fun, or
Exactly.
to be called living a happy
Happy life.
life.
Yeah.
Who
And
defined it? Yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And always try to be accommodative, be respectful about that parent. Sometimes, for example, if when I didn't have kids and my friends who had kids at that time, I would never be like, oh yeah, it's so cool to be single. No, you have to be accommodative. That parent is just going through a new life change. It's a complete life cycle change, altogether. And if you participate in that life change with them, those are memories that they will always forever cherish. It will not matter what you brought and how you did, but those little small things are moments that matter. And if you're there for that person at that time, it's a big, big takeaway that they can always cherish within themselves.
So true. Amazingly said, Jane. And it's all coming out like in such a flow, so beautifully, so naturally. Let's just get some more tips about what can we do
Yeah.
to help other mothers who may be struggling.
So I believe, we are a strong village. It's important. Like I said, communication is a big key. Whether or not that mother needs it at that time, sometimes, as an individual, you're going through so much of things that you don't want to be bothered or disturbed by anyone. But you should do your part, your due diligence, or your part of saying, I'm just wanting to see if you're okay, you're safe. Is there anything I can do for you? It might not impact the mother at that time, but later on when she's settled down, she will remember that, oh my God, you know what, more than my husband, this person, or more than my in-laws, this person was there for me. So we are a village, and it says women in empowerment. We need to uplift each other, bring out that confidence, be there for each other. And one should never feel, even if it's a stranger mom that you've never met, there's something or the other that's always common in mothers, whether it's their kids or their own personal lifestyle. There's always something in common that you will find that you can speak about. So it's important to seek help when you need it. Don't always think that, okay, I can handle this on my own. Even if you're a very self-confident person, always seek for help, support, and always be there for that person. Just like making sure that even if it's not needed, you still do your check-in to see if that person is happy, okay. And sometimes, like I said, casual conversations do impact a lot on people. What can you do to bring a smile on the other person's face, and how would you like to be treated if you were in that person's shoes? That's how I always think, no matter who I deal with, how would I like be treated if I was in that person's shoes going through that kind of situation at this time. So I always think from that perspective. And like I said, we should always be there to support and help each other
Yeah.
whenever needed, whether
Yeah.
it's conversations, whether it's a face-to-face interaction, whether it means even sending something small. Yeah, no one, no one's expecting something, but even the small good deeds that you do really impact a lot on a person. So
Just a question like, is there something I can help with?
exactly,
Can
yeah.
really help.
Exactly. Or can I do something for you? Or would you like to go out, even take them for a small kadak chai,
Yeah.
even that breaks out that little
Yeah.
barrier that you have at home.
Just some fresh air, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. Or take them for a drive,
Yeah.
put some nice music, bring out the inner self of that person. If you know that person very well, and you know something that person likes, that person enjoys doing it and is not doing it right now, try to do that for them. Because that really changes one's, confidence, and the way how they can also, they can also be relaxed and be themselves. They don't have to put a mask on and say that, okay, I have to be like this with so and so. No, you just be yourself, and you expect that person to be themselves, because that's the true you, when you're not masking yourself.
So right. And while you just said that, I realized so many times so many mothers actually struggle because after becoming a mother, they forget who they are. They get
Exactly.
so involved in the,
The
the
day-to-day
baby's life, the
course, yeah.
kid's life, the work, whatever. They forget who they are. And when somebody, for example, you helping your friend and taking the friend out for a drive, when we do something like that, that woman who had lost herself just figures out that I enjoyed that drive and that's
Yes.
me,
Yes,
and I'm
exactly.
something other
Yes.
than just my baby or my
Maybe.
husband or my family or my work.
Exactly, exactly. You're not like, you don't tend to have that robotic lifestyle where you're like, okay, just everything is like, a KPI or a tick mark. No, you need to like loosen up, be yourself, take a break. It doesn't matter what people think and people say. Even if, sometimes moms want to have a glass of wine while they're breastfeeding, it's fine. You can always pump and have that wine. If that's going to help you settle, like feel good, it's okay. There's no naming and shaming here. Forget about what people think and always be there for each other. Don't be judgmental. Even as mothers, sometimes we tend to be judgmental. Oh, my pregnancy, I was like this, and after delivery, I was like this. And oh my God, what happened to my friend? Don't ever do that. Like, everyone has their own challenges. Be there for each other. Just give each other that confidence, and help them to reach their goals and their vision, whatever they want to do. Maybe some others want to come back to their old lifestyle. So you can, as a friend, you can always do that and help them in your little way, whatever way you can do to help them reach that journey.
And they can get successfully where they want to
Want to.
get, and you would be happy because you helped
Exactly,
somebody, you did a
exactly,
good deed.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you so much, Jane, for those honest and such flowy, natural experiences that you shared. I'm sure it would help fellow mothers who would be listening. And you are a personification of a working mother who has so much of confidence and positivity within her.
Oh, thank you, Dimple. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to be here on your podcast. I really hope your viewers and listeners enjoy our conversation. And please remember, it's all about you. First you, and then the rest. Always be happy, be positive, be confident. Do things what make you happy, right? Don't ever feel that you shouldn't be doing this because now you're a mother and your responsibilities change. No, you are still the same person who you are, and continue doing that, because that will make you an even more better person.
That's a wrap for today. You have been listening to Our Quest. This is Dimple Mehta signing out. If you haven't already, please give us a quick review and rating on Apple Podcast. And don't forget, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, links in description. See you next week, same time, same place.